Hi YouTube, welcome to another edition of Horror Hands, and today is an exciting day because today is HorrorCon. Can't wait for this. This is like a giant movie convention dedicated to everything related to horror movies. Always one of the best days of the year for me, so it's going to be great. So I'm going with my dad, I'm heading around there soon. We'll take you guys with us, I'll try and show you as much of the convention as we can. And then at the end of the video, I will show you all of the hopefully awesome pickups that I get when we're all finished. But got my tickets for HorrorCon, and then I've got got my bag, and then like bags within bags for hopefully all the pickups that we get later. So yeah, time for HorrorCon. Let's get on our way. So this is what my dad is bringing to HorrorCon. Griffin Dunne from American Werewolf is going to be there. So I think you're looking to get this signed, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully we'll see him.
If I got queue all day.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see him and get my dad's latest horror bust of Jack from American Werewolf, signed by the actor that played him. So yeah, that should be pretty cool. So here we are, we're on our way from Nottingham to Sheffield. It's not too far for us, about 40 minutes. And beautiful day, really looking forward to today. I'll be sort of tracking down the Blu-ray and DVD stands because this is my chance to get some really crazy, obscure things and things that you don't see every day. There's usually some nice surprises in terms of Blu-rays and DVDs that kind of surprise you. So yeah, that's what I'll be hoping to get plenty of today. So yeah, not bad traffic either, so should be a smooth journey. So we're outside queuing here, and you get like some crazy characters like this zombie Nazi guy walking around looking scary, getting a bit too close for comfort there. Whoa. And then a few other recognisable characters, Ghostface here, and they just like interact with everyone while they're queuing up and things like that. It's really awesome. So I took a few shots of this outside. I haven't taken any footage from inside because it's just really busy, guys. It's really busy and hectic. It's quite hard to walk around and film everything. But I thought I'd just show you some of these cool characters that are out and about as you're waiting. Awesome Wolfman there. And yeah, really good turnout again. Lots and lots of people there. So yeah, pretty awesome. Close-up look at the Wolfman. Right, so we're back home, and happy to say that my dad was able to get his Jack bust signed by Griffin Dunne, the actor that plays that character. So that's the bust itself, and then down here he's signed it. He's put, "Can I have a piece of toast, Griffin Dunne?" That was my idea to put that. It's the line that he says when he first sees David in his zombified state. So that's really awesome. And there's Horror Dad meeting the man himself. It was a really nice guy apparently. So that's cool. Okay guys, just got back and had an absolutely amazing day. 4 bags worth of pickups. I did go a bit crazy today. I didn't realise how much I was snatching up. But yeah, got some great stuff to show you, some crazy titles. So yeah, I'm just going to get these sorted out and we'll go through the pickups. But like I say, it was absolutely awesome there today. Very busy. It's crazy to see how popular horror movies are when you go to these kind of places and just see so many people there and so many different types of people. It's just a really good day out, and I hope everyone else that went had a great time too. So yeah, let me sort out this mountain at my feet, and yeah, we'll go through the pickups next. Okay, so I'll get to the pickups in just a moment. Just wanted to give a couple of shout outs because it was really nice to meet a few people today, a few people that watch the channel. So David, I bumped into you whilst we were both looking through some movies, and you were really complimentary of the channel, so thank you very much for that. Nice to meet you. And special shout out to Ian and Helen, two really sweet people that I came across. Again, they watch my channel and were very complimentary. Not only that, you guys even gifted me with a couple of things, which was so sweet of you to think about me like that and just to bring some gifts along in case you saw me. So I really appreciated that. So yeah, they gave me the Thing 4K. So definitely looking forward to checking this out in 4K HD. And then I think Ian, you said you know my love for the Deadly Spawn. So you were awesome enough to give me a old school Deadly Spawn VHS tape, which is just fantastic. This will look really good up on the shelf, so thank you. Look at that artwork. Deadly Spawn always gets great artwork, so yeah, fantastic to see this old school video. So yeah, thank you so much, Ian and Helen, for that. You were both really cool. Could have talked to you all morning, to be honest. So yeah, hopefully we'll see each other again. So anyway, we'll get straight on with the pickups. Right, we'll get straight into this. I'm just going to try and blast through them all in one go. Some of these are blind buys, some of the movies I am aware of, but I'll sort of quickly just show you each one that I picked up. So first up, from Unearthed Films, I picked up The Abandoned. I heard about this one recently. Heard it's a pretty creepy, scary little movie. It's got some decent reviews, so yeah, hopefully this will be a good one. But yeah, nice to see that there at HorrorCon. So yeah, I picked up The Abandoned while it was there. Next up, this is from Wild Eye. This is The Acid King, which I think is like a documentary about a kind of like a satanic cult leader kind of thing. Getting like sort of Charles Manson vibes from him. But yeah, I remember this one coming out by Wild Eye. So whilst I saw it there today, thought I'll pick up The Acid King. Next up, from Full Moon, I picked up Amy. Again, it's the new film that I've just come across recently, and this is like a AI themed horror film. So I'm interested in checking this one out. It's always cool when kind of horror catches up to modern times. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what Amy is like. Next up, I picked up Bad CGI Gator. Couldn't resist this one. Now I thought this one was like a cheap sci-fi channel movie, you know, the kind that they always churning out. But this is actually a Full Moon release, so it makes me even more interested to check this one out. But got a cool looking gator on the back, awesome cover art. So yeah, I couldn't resist this when I saw this at HorrorCon today. That's Bad CGI Gator. Next up, I picked up The Beast in Space, which I think is pretty much like an X-rated horror film. Yeah, XXX version. This has had a release recently from Vinegar Syndrome, or one of its partner labels, but I saw this today for real cheap in this like old school DVD. So yeah, Beast in Space looks like a kooky little movie. I'll give this a try at some point. Next up, I picked up Beyond the Black Rainbow. This is one I've just come across a few times online. Don't know much about it. It looks kind of trippy. It's got a few good reviews tied to it. So yeah, I'll check this out at some point. Next up, I picked up The Black Pit of Dr. M. So this is one of these indicator releases of these like Mexican horror films from the 50s. Now I picked up Brainiac not too long ago, which was a fantastic film. One of the best Mexican horrors I've ever seen. So I'm hoping The Black Pit of Dr. M follows suit. But this was there today, really cheap. So yeah, I just thought I'd get it while it was there. Looks suspiciously like Lon Chaney's Phantom of the Opera there. But yeah, good to see this one there today. Next up from Terrorvision, I picked up Blood Car. Again, it's one that I've wanted to get for a while. So whilst it was there today, I thought I'd grab it. It's a nice release from Terrorvision as well. Next up from Unearthed Films, I picked up The Calamity of Snakes. I think this is a recent release from them. This is I think it's an Asian film, Killer Snakes. So yeah, I heard it's pretty crazy. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Bit of a snake bite to the throat there on the back. It does feature a lot of cruelty towards snakes, unfortunately, is what I've heard. But yeah, decent release there from Unearthed Films. So I'll check out Calamity of Snakes soon. This movie I'd never heard of before. It's Calling Nurse Meow, and it claims to be banned in 46 countries. I'm not sure about that, but that's what it says on the front. And it's got the old Vipco logo as well. So I asked the store holder, sort of like, is this a horror film? And they said yes, it was. It's kind of in the style of Trauma, you know, really crazy and goofy, and I think sort of a bit gross out in places. So yeah, this is a complete blind buy for me. Calling Nurse Meow. I'll check it out soon. It looks pretty good. It looks fun. So we'll see. Right, next up, I picked up Carcinoma. Now this is from this company, PCM. I don't get many films from them. They put a lot of really gruelingly extreme horror films out there, and I think this one's no exception. This is from Marion Dora, who did Cannibal, the German film, the one based on a true story, and that was a really hard to get through movie. I gotta say, Cannibal did get to me. Found it to be a very hard watch, and I've heard that this is in the same ilk. So yeah, I will wait till I'm in the right mind frame, I guess, and at some point check out Carcinoma. Pretty gruesome looking cover on this one, but again, good to see it, because you don't come across movies from this company very often based on a true story, apparently. But yeah, I think this one will be very grim and very nasty, but good to come across it at least. Next up, I just picked up a cheap DVD of Castle of Blood. Don't think I had this for the collection, so yeah, good to get some, what's this, 60s kind of gothic horror, Barbara Steele. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Okay, next up from Terrorvision, I got Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla. Again, I've wanted to see this for a while. I think there's like a Killer Ice Cream Man or something. Again, nice release from Terrorvision. I am liking these releases from them. So yeah, I like the sort of the pink slipcover. It's quite eye-catching. So yeah, Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla. Next movie, never heard of this one before. This is called Cryptic Plasm. This is just like a cheap DVD. Looks like a very kind of indie, trashy, gruesome movie. And although it was a cheap DVD, it is actually signed by the director, Brian Paulin. So that's pretty cool. Like a nice touch there. So yeah, I know nothing about this one. I'll check it out soon and see what it's like. Next up, I picked up the Danza Macabre Volume 2 box set from Severin. So this has got Castle of Blood, Jekyll, They Have Changed Their Face, and The Devil's Lover. That's the movies there. But yeah, really nice looking box set from Severin. That's the back. So yeah, I'll have to jump into these movies at some point. Great artwork again on the front. So yeah, Danza Macabre Volume 2. Got some Trauma. Got to get some Trauma while I'm there. Although this is one that I'd never heard of before. This is Death Dancers. So yeah, Trauma. So it'll either be wildly entertaining or terrible, I imagine. But yeah, I just thought this was an interesting one because like I say, I've never come across this one before. So, yeah, Death Dancers, if you've seen it, let me know what it's like. Again, another one I've never heard of before, Death Mask. Looks and sounds pretty cool. It's got Linnea Quigley in it. Got that sort of weird looking mask thing on there. So, yeah, I'll give it a shot. See what Death Mask is like. Next up from Mondo Macabro, I picked up The Devil's Business. Wanted to get this for quite a while. I've heard a lot of good reviews about this one. Don't know what it's about. I just remember this one getting released and it getting a few good reviews, and I quite like that cover as well. So yeah, again, whilst this one was there today, I grabbed it up. Next up, so one of the stores was selling the those old kind of cheapo alpha video DVDs for really cheap. So I grabbed some of them. First one being The Devil's Messenger, which I think is like an episodic TV thing from the 60s or something. Yeah, 1961. And it's Lon Chaney playing like the devil character. So I thought, yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. So yeah, I'll check that one out at some point. Next up from Mondo Macabro, I picked up Dr. Jekyll and the Werewolf. Look at that cover art. That looks really cool. And I think this is Paul Naschy. Yeah, so it's Paul Naschy werewolf film. So I usually do enjoy them. They are pretty cool. So yeah, Dr. Jekyll and the Werewolf. I'll check this one out soon. Next up from Severin, I picked up Dracula, Prisoner of Frankenstein. Beautiful release from them in the slipcover. It was good to see this one today because I wanted to get this, but there's not a lot from Severin that I was all that interested in getting recently, other than this. So yeah, this was useful. I saw it today and snapped it up, so just saved me having to put in a big Severin order. That's the back of it. So yeah, Dracula, Prisoner of Frankenstein. Love that artwork. Really nice slipcase on there. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Next up, I picked up Eating Miss Campbell, which is a Trauma release, I think. Yeah, Trauma. Don't know much about this one. I saw this had got a release and heard it was a very kind of like crazy trauma style film. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this one out. This is from the same director, Liam Regan, who did My Bloody Banjo, which I really enjoyed that one. And this one is looks like it's limited to 2,500 copies. So it's been numbered and signed by the director. So yeah, nice release there. So yeah, it's Eating Miss Campbell. And then next up, I picked up the giant Gilla monster. Can't resist some 1950s monster movie goodness. So yeah, while that was there today, I picked this one up. So yeah, I'll watch this one at some point. I'm sure I'll enjoy this one. Don't think I've ever seen the giant Gilla monster. So yeah, definitely need to get on that one. Next up, I was hoping I would see this today at HorrorCon. I wasn't sure if I would or not. But fortunately I did. It was actually the first thing that I saw, so I grabbed it up, and it's Blue Underground's 4K release of Goodbye Uncle Tom. So this is one of the kind of shockumentaries from the directors of Mondo Cane. It's part of the Mondo Cane collection, but Blue Underground have released it in its own release. And this is a really shocking film, looking at kind of slavery and the slave trade, and just kind of the awful things that are done to people. But also kind of the most shocking thing is the societal views, shall we say, of the people in this film. It really is primitive. The things that they're saying about other races and things like that. There's even like, it's been a long time since I've seen it, but there's even like so-called physicians explaining why certain races have smaller brains and things like that. Really, really bad stuff, really bad. Admittedly not the most watchable thing, to be honest. Now it's pretty horrible to watch and very outdated, but this is an absolutely beefy release from Blue Underground. Surprised to see this get such a nice release. I don't know where that's come from, but I couldn't resist this sort of this souped up 4K release of this particular movie. So yeah, good to see that there today. So yeah, had to grab Goodbye Uncle Tom. Next up, I picked up a documentary called Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares, which is a documentary about Robert Englund. So yeah, I'm sure this will be an interesting watch. I think this was only £10 as well, which I thought was really cheap for a Blu-ray with the slipcover. But yeah, looking at Robert Englund's career, I'm sure it covers a lot of Freddy Krueger as well, but hopefully it will talk about some of his other movies as well, which will be interesting, because yeah, he's done a lot of horror films. So yeah, Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares, Robert Englund documentary. It's pretty cool. Okay, next up, I picked up the horrible Dr. Hitchcock, which I know has just got a 4K release from Vinegar Syndrome. I'm hoping I haven't pre-ordered that or got it coming on the way. But this was really cheap, £6 for this Blu-ray. So yeah, I just grabbed it up. So yeah, it doesn't matter. But I'll check this one out soon. Okay, next up, I picked up Impulse. Don't know much about this one. It had a release recently. It's a William Grefé film, which I've said before, I'm not a big fan of his movies. But this one stars William Shatner as like a psychopathic killer or something like that. So I'm definitely sold on this one. And this is a nice release from Grindhouse. I've not had anything from them for a while. So yeah, I will watch this one and check it out. Hopefully I will get some enjoyment out of this one. It's just, yeah, William Grefé's films, they don't do a lot for me. But this one does look like it might deliver in the horror and the craziness. Next up, what's this? Just another cheap DVD, The Janitor. Don't know much about this one, but this is an old school DVD from Elite Entertainment. So yeah, don't see them around anymore. And again, this was really cheap. So yeah, I thought I'd just check out The Janitor. Okay, next up, I picked up Land of the Monsters. Definitely looks like my kind of movie. It looks like a bit of like a, sort of like a Doug McClure kind of monster movie. A bit of sword and sorcery, but it's got these cool looking monsters. And it's got a bit of a exploitation feel to it as well. So if you can see that, it's got some cool looking monsters on the back. So yeah, Land of the Monsters. I'm sure I'll get some enjoyment out of this. Looks like a good one. So that's that one. Next up, some Visual Vengeance Blu-ray from them. Lichen Colony. Love the cover on that. As soon as I saw that one, I bought it up because that just looks really awesome. So hopefully this will be a good werewolf movie. We'll see. But yeah, absolutely love that artwork. Next up, I picked up My Dream Lover. This is a Scream Factory Blu-ray. There was a store selling a lot of Scream Factory, and I wanted to get some, but I had most of them. But don't have this one. Looks like a pretty fun horror film. So yeah, I just thought I'd get this one and just get some Scream Factory as part of my HorrorCon haul. Next up from Terrorvision is The Newly Deads. Wanted to see this one for a long time, so great to see this one get a release. I'm hoping this will be a fun film. I love that title as well, The Newly Deads. Looks like a good one. Next up, from Blue Underground, I picked up their recent 4K release of Night of the Blood Monster. I know this as The Bloody Judge. I have an old DVD of it as The Bloody Judge. I love that title, Night of the Blood Monster. It's such a cool title. So when I saw they were putting this out under that title, I thought I'd grab this. And a really nice edition as well. I did want to get this 4K edition. It's not a great film. It's not one of Christopher Lee's best. It's not one of Jess Franco's best. But as I say, yeah, I just think this is a really nice edition for this movie. So yeah, good to get this as Night of the Blood Monster. Because that sounds so cool. Next up, I picked up Primal Scream. So this is from Code Red and Dark Force. So I don't come across them very often, and I know of this movie, but it's not one that I think about very often. But again, when I saw it there today, and while it was in front of me, I thought I'll grab it and check it out. Cool looking zombie thing on the back, just there. So yeah, Primal Scream. Looking forward to watching it now. I've got it actually, so that's cool. Reptillus, just very cheap DVD there today. I think it's like a couple of £1 I paid for this. So yeah, good to get Reptillus in the collection. Very cheap, silly, cheesy monster movie, but that's okay. Satan's Cheerleaders. I don't think I've heard of this. Again, it was just there. It was in my hand at the time, so I thought, what the hell, I'll pick it up. Looks like a fun one. I think it's like a horror comedy. I think John Carradine's in it as well. So, Satan's Cheerleaders. What's next? Savage Harvest. I have seen this one. This is not too bad. It's a cheap shot on video type film. Like a regional kind of set movie, if I remember right. It's not too bad. So Savage Harvest, I grabbed that, and then I haven't seen Savage Harvest 2. So yeah, I got this one. I didn't actually know there was a second one. And again, I think it's been signed by a couple of people. So that's a nice little touch just there. So yeah, Savage Harvest 2. We shall see what that's like. Next up, I picked up Seeding of a Ghost. So this is a Shaw Brothers, I think, supernatural horror film from them from the early 80s. Again, it's just a movie that I've known of for a long time, but never got round to picking it up. But it was there today, really cheap. So yeah, thank you very much. Okay, right, next up. Oh my gosh. Goodness knows what this one will be like. But this is Satan, the Turkish Exorcist. So I have seen some of these Turkish knockoff films, and they're just unbelievably crazy. Most of the time they're pretty unfathomable. I have no idea what's going on, but you can kind of scoff at the sort of the shameless rip-off that they do, and the sort of real kind of incompetent way they try and replicate these famous films. But that sort of gives you an idea on the back. Just there, I guess that's the Exorcist guy turning up as William, thingy did. What was his name? Max von Sydow. Like he turned up in front of the house. But yeah, Satan, the Turkish Exorcist. I will take my brain out for this one and hopefully just enjoy the terrible craziness of this one. Again, another one of the cheap alpha video DVDs, the Sphinx. Lionel Atwell is in this one. I think it's from the early 30s. So yeah, it's just kind of nice to get some vintage horror in the haul amongst all of the trash. So yeah, that's cool. Oh, this one looks cool. I was glad to see this actually. So this is Srigala. Now, I remember this coming out, and I thought I'd missed the boat on this one actually. I think it has sold out, but I was lucky enough to find it there today. This is, I don't know if it's like a Bollywood film or Indonesian or something like that, but it's their attempt at doing like a Friday the 13th summer camp by the lake slasher film. As you can see, it's got like the same kind of writing font as Friday the 13th. And yeah, I think it's just kind of a rip-off film emulating Friday the 13th. I'm really interested to check it out and see what it's like. So yeah, great to see this. It's from TerrorVision. Yeah, found it today with the slipcover. So yeah, really awesome. I'm looking forward to checking this one out. It'll probably be awful, but it's an interesting one anyway. So that's that one. Next up, I picked up Tennessee Gothic. Never heard of this movie, know nothing about it, just thought it looked kind of cool. So yeah, I will check it out at some point. But yeah, I know absolutely nothing about that one. Another cheap alpha video one with Torture Ship. This is one I've seen knocking about on the internet over the years. So yeah, I grabbed this one while I was there. Okay, so this next one, so I've been tempted to get this since it came out, but I'm sure a lot of you know, I don't like to double dip on movies, and I already had all these movies, but this box set came out and I was tempted to get it as soon as I saw it, and seeing it today in person, I couldn't resist, so I picked up the Toxic Avenger 4K collection, and I'm glad I did. This is an absolutely fantastic set. All 4 Toxic Avenger films in 4K. So yeah, it really is a fantastic looking box set. Like I say, as soon as I saw it come out, I really wanted to get it, and yeah, like I say, I saw it today, so I was like, let me just buy it. I'll just get them, and then I've got all the Toxes on 4K. So yeah, really happy to get this. Very excited to put that in the collection. I might have a Toxic Avenger marathon at some point and watch them all, so we'll see. This is a trauma release as well. This is VHS Massacre, which is a documentary about the rise and fall of physical media. So definitely something that I'm sure I will find interesting. I love these kind of documentaries that look at physical media and things like that. Very nostalgic, and I always enjoy them. So yeah, that should be a good one. And then again, another TerrorVision one. Quite a lot of TerrorVision there today. Welcome to Hell. Again, I know nothing about this movie. I don't know when it was from or anything about it. Looks kind of cool. I'm getting like folk horror vibes from the slipcase. I did have a quick peek at the inside of the case, and I thought that looked pretty awesome as well, if I can get it out. Oops. Yeah, thought that looked pretty cool. Very intriguing looking movie. So yeah. Welcome to Hell, complete blind buy, but again a nice addition from TerrorVision. So I will check that one out soon. And last up, another TerrorVision. Again, I was hoping to see this there today, and I did. This is a movie called What Happens Next Will Scare You, and this is kind of another one of these kind of modern themed horror films, all set around like social media and YouTube and things like that, and you know, like clickbait and subscribing and things like that. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what they do with this one. What Happens Next Will Scare You. Great title as well. So that is everything. That's everything that I picked up at HorrorCon this year, guys. As I say, it was an absolutely fantastic day, and I hope everyone else that went enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of the video and any of the pickups, and yeah, thank you for watching that long video. So yeah, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.